Men's basketball, the weather has departed in enough time for the games to go on here today. A little bit of a delay, but we will be getting started. Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference men's basketball between the visiting Sabres of Marian University and the Spartans of Aurora University. Glad you're with us. Happy Saturday. My name is Sean Fry. Aurora coming in off of a victory on Wednesday night. Went to the Edge Dome and knocked off Edgewood by a 79-67 score. Offense everywhere. Dwayne Gervier Jr. had 19 points to lead the way. Isaiah Davis had 15, 14 for Makai Doby. And Aurora shot 49% from the field to knock off the Eagles. So Aurora with the victory, able to move to even 7-7 on the season, 4-3 in the NAC, and that puts them in a tie for third as we begin play today. The opponent tonight has certainly had seasons with more wins in recent memory. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Marian finds itself at 1-12 coming in, 1-6 in conference play, and it has just been a rough stretch for Marian so far this season. It's been one long stretch, and they are coming in off of their first win of the season, so they've got that going for them after they dropped the first 12 on the year. But like with Aurora, they're coming in with a win over Edgewood, 53-48 a week ago today, in which Marian led by 7 at the break and was able to hang on from there. Tavares McCullough had 12 points. Jean-Luc Wilson with the 10-point, 10-rebound double-double. And although Marian shot just 32% for the ball game, it was enough to pick up win number 1 on the season. Against all expectation, all of the contests around the NAC are set to go on here. It's 6 conference games today and just one team idle. A few of them have been pushed back, but they'll all go on as scheduled here this evening, and we'll continue to try to develop some clarity here of the NAC tournament picture. It's a long way to go. 7, 8, 9 games, the amounts that have been played for these teams so far, but positioning already happening. It is really crowded around that 8th seed so far, and one is once again a very competitive NAC in the 2023-24 season. Marian needs to start piling up wins to even begin thinking about maybe sneaking into the tournament picture. So they'll try to make it back-to-back wins for the first time this season, and Aurora, whose win over Edgewood on Wednesday snapped a 4-game skid, is going to also try to make it back-to-back wins. It's game number 15 of the season for the Spartans, and it is on the way here at athletics.aurora.edu.
ask you also to be loud, be proud, and be positive. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to ask everyone who are able to please rise and lift your hats as we honor America this afternoon with the play of our national anthem, the Stars Spangled Banner.
Let's meet the starting lineups. First for the visiting Sabres of Marian University, led by head coach Drake Diener in year 6 with the Sabres. Again, Marian coming in not where they'd like to be. 1-12 on the year. 1-6 in league play, but again, coming off of their first win of the season. Starters are the 5'11 senior from Appleton, Wisconsin, Eli Vogel. A 5'10 senior from Chicago, Tavares McCullough. The 6'7 junior from Sheboygan, Wisconsin, Marcel Drone. A 6'3 junior from East Moline, Illinois, Jean-Luc Wilson. And the freshman from Fond du Lac, standing 6'3, Gavin Jans. Vogel, McCullough, Drone, Wilson, and Jans, the starters for Marian tonight. Steve Christensen leading the Aurora University Spartans tonight. Again, the hosts come in at 7-7, 4-3 in the NAC. They'll start tonight the 6'2 junior from Chicago, Josh Holmes. A 6'6 junior from Lawrence, Kansas, Noah Butler. From Kankakee, Illinois, the 6'5 freshman, Isaiah Davis. A 6'5 senior from Oak Forest, Illinois, Dwayne Jervier Jr. And a 6'4 senior from Broadview, Illinois, Michael Osborne. Holmes, Butler, Davis, Jervier, and Osborne, the starters for AU tonight. Aurora wearing their home gray uniforms, blue numbers outlined in white, white letters outlined in blue, blue trim on the uniform as well. They'll again go left to right here across your screen. And Marian wearing black uniforms with blue numbers outlined in white and white letters reading Marian on the front of the uniform, white and blue trim on their jerseys and shorts today. Other games around the NAC tonight, and they're all happening later. MSOE is at Edgewood today at 3 o'clock. Wisconsin Lutheran hosts Rockford. That'll be a 4 o'clock start. Benedictine, a 4:15 start at home against Dominican. The Eagles had Trevor Montiel reach the 1,000-point mark earlier this week. Illinois Tech is at Concordia, Wisconsin tonight at 6:15, and Concordia Chicago hosts St. Norbert at 7. And it's Butler in for the tip here against Drone. I don't think there's anything left except to get the ball in the air. And we're still waiting for that. There we go. Sabres will start it off, and the 20 minutes in this first half are underway. Aurora into a man defense. Be picked up top by Vogel. Shuffled into the corner by McCullough. Gets a screen, dribbles to the right of it, and then tries to bounce it into the lane for a rolling Drone, but Osborne got a good read on that, took it away. So the opening possession for Marian ends in a turnover, and now Aurora gets to work. Jervier swings it to the free throw line for Butler. He'll roll to the cup and lay it in there for 2. Marian turns it over. They nearly turn it over again. Holmes got on the ball to get the steal, and now Aurora gets back into its offense. So Steve Christensen dialed up the press after the make. And it's 2 for 2 turnovers here for Marian to start it off. 8 to shoot as Holmes is out on the wing. He loses the ball. Was able to hang on to it long enough to get a tie-up, and the jump ball will allow Aurora to keep it with 4 to shoot. Officials today, Richard Parsons, Bobby Daw, and John Shelton. We thank them for being here on this Saturday afternoon. The roads are okay. Osborne has to hoist the 3 here at the shot clock and gets the friendly roll. 5-0 Aurora. Bounced around the iron a couple, maybe 3 times there. This time Marian almost turned it over a 3rd time. Gervier had a little bit too much forward momentum that time and crashed into McCullough. So that's our first whistle of the contest for a foul, and Wilson will toss it in. McCullough, a circle for Marian. Handoff to Vogel, and now Jans comes out to get it. Short pass to Wilson on the left wing, dribbles across the free throw line. Finds McCullough in the corner. 10 to shoot as it goes around the arc to Jans. Aurora's man defense keeping Sabres to the perimeter. Wilson around the screen, 3 to shoot, has to settle for the mid-range from the elbow. It's no good. Rebound batted around to Jans, who got fouled on the way back up, and will go to the line for a couple. Marian 64% at the line as a team. And for Jans, he's 4 for 5, so one of the better free throw shooters, albeit in a small sample size, and he'll make the first one here. Scoring leaders for Marian: Malik Hall, 12 points per game. Jean-Luc Wilson at 12 points, 6 rebounds, and Eli Vogel averaging 10 a game for the Sabres. Both free throws good here. It's 5 to 2. For Aurora, Michael Osborne, 16 points, 5.5 rebounds. Noah Butler averaging 13.5 points, 5.5 rebounds. Javon McCoughtry and Isaiah Davis up over 10 points per game as well. Speaking of Davis, hoisted a pass over the lane and out to the left wing for Osborne. And he got caught up in the air and then turned it over and then got the steal right back at the timeline. Jump stop to the block, tried to bounce a pass to Gervier in the lane. It got batted away, came back to Osborne and nearly lost it again. It came to the corner for Holmes, and he traveled on his way into the lane, and we've got a whistle. 17:44 left here in the first. 5 to 2 Aurora. And Wilson going to bring it back into play here. Sabres into their offense. They run it well this time. It got into the corner for Jans, and Drone got all alone in the lane for the lay-in, and a 5-4 basketball game. The Sabres here also in a man defense. And Aurora gets into its offense. Post-entry pass to Butler. Had that tipped into his chest, stayed with it, laid it in. It's 7 to 4. Aurora once again setting up full. This time Holmes bats that pass out of bounds. We'll have Wilson throw it back in here. That's McCullough with it. He's doubled on the sideline. He's in trouble. And Marian has to take a timeout. So Aurora's full court pressure is already being disruptive. The teams will discuss. This is Aurora University men's basketball. .54 left first half, 7 to 4 Spartan. Sean Fry here with you. Ethan Carmine on the camera again. He's back. back-to-back broadcasts up here in the booth. The timeout. Marian was already a quarter of the way up the floor, so Aurora did not really put on much of a press. Vogel in the post has to dribble out of it, hands it off to McCullough up top. He'll jump stop and kick to the corner. Pass up top again to Vogel, who drives and kicks. That's Drone for three. It's good. And we're even here at 7, 3.5 minutes into the first half. Didn't see any substitutions in either direction. Jervier up top. His pass for Holmes was tipped. And they're actually going to call Holmes for a hold there, as Davis telegraphed the pass, and Marian read it well. So Javon McCottry is going to come in here and replace Holmes at this whistle. And that's going to be our first change so far in this contest. There's McCullough. Walks up top. Guarded by Davis. Dribbles into the high post. Stops there. Short pass to Drone, who walks it out to the right wing. Another short pass to Vogel. Replaces him and then fires a pass to Drone down to the block. Up top to McCullough with 8 to shoot. Trying to break down Davis off the dribble and got stuffed, but it came right to Vogel, who had to put up a desperation three as the shot clock was expiring, and a nice job by Osborne to wrest that rebound away. Now McCottry, perhaps a bit wild that time trying to get into the lane, but it was effective as he is able to draw the foul on McCullough. And now McCottry will go ahead and inbound it. Aurora has certainly shown that they like to go fast whenever possible. Butler here picks up the inbound pass in the post, feeds Davis, who wants the step back three. That doesn't go. The rebound was tipped and then bounced off of Butler's toe and into the Marian bench. We remain tied at 7, 15:31 remaining. Brunch is being served in the adjacent True Blue dining hall here at Aurora University, and I haven't had lunch. It smells delicious. Would it be so much to ask if I could sample some of today's offerings live here on the broadcast? Are you with me? That smells great, doesn't it? I don't know what I smell exactly, but it smells tasty. Typically, I'll have eggs, etc. Always pizza. The pizza here at AU is very good. So while everyone watching is now getting hungry if they haven't had lunch already, Marian gets into its offense. Drone got to the rim, took some contact and missed in tight. Osborne got the rebound and runs it up the floor. He'll get it back up top, feeds Jervier for the right wing three. It's off the whole way. Butler able to get the rebound. He goes right back to the rim and throws it down. And Butler has 6 of Aurora's first 9. The dunk makes it 9-7, 14:50 to play in the first. Malik Hall came into the contest a moment ago. So did Sam Gingras. McCullough and Wilson came out. Foul here on Osborne. So the 5 on the floor presently: Drone, Vogel, Jans, Hall, and Gingras. Hall inbounds it. That's Drone. Gets to the block and fouled over the back by Jervier. So that is already 5 team fouls on Aurora in the first 5 minutes and 26 seconds. Meanwhile, it's Drone to the line. 8 of 14, now 9 of 15 as he makes the first. And the change will send Jervier off as he just picked up his second foul, and he joins Holmes with 2. And it's Jeffrey Hilmer, a freshman, replacing him, and he'll be closest to the rim here along with Butler. Second free throw no good, and Hilmer right into the box score with the rebound. Marian going into a 2-3 look this time. Osborne fires a pass to Davis on the baseline. The pump fake, no. Second attempt on the tip back by Hilmer, no. Then a run through here as Hall went down and is going to be whistled for the travel. Ball right back in. McCottry out in the left wing was doubled briefly. It goes to Hilmer in the corner. Inside and then back outside. McCottry for three. It's good. And it's 12-8. 13:49 left here in the first. Aurora leading. Vogel able to break down McCottry and got right to the rim for two. 12-10. As Javon brings it ahead for the Spartans. Here's Osborne, left wing. Bounces it to the high post for Butler. Into the corner, Davis for three. The 2-3 look will give that up. Davis got his own rebound, and Aurora gets a reset with 20 to shoot. It's McCottry to the left wing. Osborne back high post for Butler. Once again to the wing for McCottry. He steps up top to Butler again on the right wing. They left him open, so he puts up the three, and it's spun out. Halfway down from a very good three-point shooter for Aurora. Although not always with a ton of volume, but 44%, 12 of 27 coming in. Here's Drone on the right wing. Tries to back Butler down. High post, he'll send it. Gingras in the corner. The spin move to his right off the glass and good. 12-12. 12:43 left here in the first. And Gingras has his first points of the evening. Aurora 5 of 11 from the floor. Marian is 4 for 8. 3 turnovers apiece here through our first 7.5 minutes. Hilmer picks it up on the baseline. Kicks it to Davis. The extra pass to McCottry on the wing for three. No good. Hilmer got the rebound. Fed Osborne for the follow-up three, and that goes. Osborne joins Butler. And Marian's Drone with 6 points here in the early going, and it's 15-12. Hall to Vogel. Feeds Drone, top of the arc, and the bounce pass to Hall. He walks up top, drives the jump stop, and the kick up top. That's Vogel on the drive, and he's stripped. But he was fouled in that same motion, and he will go to the line for a couple. Vogel at 71%. He will toe the line here after Aurora gives its last foul before Marian gets to shoot the 1-1. 11:50 remains. We're going to see several changes here as Vogel misses the first. Wilson is back in. Here's Darren Ford Jr. as well as Tyler Bunkuski for Marian. Looks like Drone, Jans, and Gingras will all come out. Davis has exited for Aurora, and it's going to be Makai Doby into the contest for him. And now Vogel's going to head off as Kale Stulo is in for Marian as well. Vogel will split the free throws. 15-13 is the score. And McCottry walks it up. Still a zone look for Marian. Continuing to work the 2-3 look. Osborne fought deep three. Had that knocked out of his hands, but Wilson got a piece of Osborne's wrist. Second Marian foul. Well, the Sabres this season, 40% from the field, but they allow opponents to shoot it 50%, including 40% from three. A turnover here. Marian does force about 16, 17 turnovers per game. They've already gotten 4 from Aurora. Now looking to tie the game. Here's Wilson into the lane. Stopped and kicked it to Hall for 3 in the lead. It's good. And the Sabres lead for the first time tonight. It's 16-15. approaching the midpoint. Here's Hilmer underneath and was able to leap into position. Foul here is on Ford. And we'll see Hilmer take a look. 8 of 12 at the line for the Spartans, who shoot the free throw at 71%, and it's been a great deal better than it was for a healthy portion of November when Aurora's free throw shooting at times left a little bit to be desired. First one goes here to tie it up, and now Hilmer gives Aurora the lead back. 10:46 left in the first, and Hall is doubled, threw it off the rim, and Osborne stole it. He tried to go right back up, and it went off of Bunkuski and out of bounds. Inbound is in the McCautry. To Dobie on the right wing. Butler comes out to get it at the volleyball line. And now to McCautry here on the left wing. It's Osborne into the high post for Butler. 5 to shoot. Osborne puts up the 3. No, not that time. And Wilson has the rebound. 17-16 Spartans. Coming up the floor is Stulo. He'll stop in the free throw circle and arcs his way out. Slips on the baseline and was stripped, and he's in distress. As it goes the other way, Osborne drops it off behind him. McCautry is fouled, and Stulo is going to need a little bit of attention. So it is going to be an injury timeout with 10:06 left in the first. McCautry is going to be on the line for 2. Aurora leads 17-16. This is Aurora University men's basketball. Some good news here is Cale Stulo is walking off and is not appearing to need any assistance, which is good, so hopefully he'll be able to re-enter the contest. I believe McCullough replaced him, and McCautry is going to go to the line for Aurora. McCautry 68% at the free throw line this season. I'll try to extend the Aurora lead to 2. He does, and now he'll try to extend the Aurora lead to 3. 18-16, 10:06 to play in the first half. Javon's second attempt. Rattles in. Aurora set up full, but a long pass found Wilson. Now Aurora into its man defense as Hall dribbles to the block. Trey Jenkins into the contest for Aurora. He replaced Butler and now guards the ball. Looked like Ford got in tight, but missed at the rim, and Aurora secures the rebound. Past the midpoint of the first half. McCautry in front of the scorer's table, backing it and calling out signals. I don't know if he wanted the screen or wanted Jenkins to clear out, but he hands it off to Dobie, and now the flip to Osborne with 7 to shoot. He feeds Hilmer at the line, and Wilson just spun off of him. Hilmer realized it, and the finger roll is good to put Aurora up 5. That matches their largest lead. It's been a very close one here through the first, now nearly 11 minutes. It is in to Bunkuski. He bounces it back into the lane for Hall. Marian does beat the clock. It's going to be McCullough dribbling to the baseline. He stops there, feeds Hall for 3 on the left wing. Not that time, and Jenkins has the rebound. Osborne, Jenkins, Doby, Hilmer, and McCautry are the 5 for Aurora. 8:46 to play in the first half, and Aurora up 21-16. Jenkins has it on the left wing. Short pass to McCautry. A ball fake. He walks it. 11 to shoot. Dribbles left. Was looking for a bounce pass. There was no one home, but McCautry was fouled before he turned it over. It's Bunkuski picking up Marian's 5th team foul. McCullough is in the game with 2 fouls. He's the only one for the Sabres with a couple. Javier and Holmes both on the Aurora bench with 2 fouls. And again, the Sabres are in the bonus. Looks like Hall's going to come off here. Jazz Orozco has checked in. The inbound is to Jenkins on the left wing. He gets it into Osborne in the post. To his right off the glass, no good there, and the rebound hauled in by Wilson. Nearly lost the dribble. Got up into the air, found Bunkuski across the center line, and Marian gets to work on offense. Here's McCullough. Wing-to-wing pass, Bunkuski. To McCullough again on the left wing. Guarded by Jenkins. 11 versus 11, and McCullough's going to win this battle and won. Drove to the rim. The right-handed layup is good. And McCullough will go to the line. Came in 13 of 18 on the season. So plenty solid at the charity stripe. His first attempt here today with 8 minutes to play in the first, but he'll miss. And Gavin Jans, who is set to come in and replace him, will stay at the table. 21-18, here's Osborne. This pass for McCautry went off of McCautry's hand. He stayed with it and then goes to the rim for the floater. That's a shot that Javon is very comfortable with. We see him attempt that shot a lot, and it goes in a lot. So Javon now with 7. Aurora back up 5. 23-18, 7:30 to play in the first. Here's Wilson driving. I thought he got away with a push on Jenkins. He missed. Marian gets the rebound, and now McCullough has it up top. Give and go with Wilson, wing to wing to the corner now for Bunkuski. Back up top to McCullough, 7 to shoot. This time I thought maybe Jenkins got him. No whistle there. Jenkins gets the steal. He feeds Osborne for the transition 3 and got the iron on the way back. The other way goes McCullough. Stops at the free throw line for the floater and missed. Rebound was spiked to Doby, and now he'll call to settle it down. Or Steve Christensen, rather, will call to settle it down. 6:46 left. First half, Aurora by 5. Doby trying to avoid a double team and got a screen from Hilmer, but it was of the moving variety, and that's not allowed. So the turnover and the offensive foul on Hilmer. Marian will make a few changes. Steve Christensen will call timeout to discuss first. 6:42 left here in the first. It's 23-18 Spartans. This is Aurora University men's basketball. Aurora up 23-18 as we approach halftime. 6:42 left in our opening half. It'll be Doby, McCautry, Osborne, Jenkins, and Butler in here to begin this next sequence for the Spartans. Jans, Vogel, Bunkuski, Drone, and Orozco will be the 5 for the Sabres. It's into Drone. Jans will walk it across the timeline and hand off to Vogel at the logo, and now Orozco comes out to get it. Aurora ended up getting lost a bit defensively, but ended up in a situation where it made it very difficult to complete a pass. And the Sabres lose possession in deep. So a fortuitous sequence of events there for Aurora. They are on offense. Here is McCautry. The kick to Jenkins for 3. That might have been tipped. Rebound is run on to by Vogel. He'll go the other way in transition. He will miss in tight. It fell off the cylinder. Rebound Aurora. The other way goes Osborne. Across the gym, Jenkins. McCautry up top. Drives and tried a very tough floater. It didn't go. Got his rebound back off of a few caroms and tosses it up top to Doby. 5:34 left in the first. Another chance for Aurora. Doby pulls up for the J at the free throw line, and it doesn't fall. Orozco has the rebound there, and Marian will slow it down. Vogel, left wing for the Sabres. Bouncing a pass into the lane. Orozco wasn't able to get there. Aurora then tried to get the other way in transition, threw it away, and then Vogel, getting it in the corner, tried the one-hand pass to Drone, tossed it right over his head and out of bounds. And I believe that last 15-second sequence is not going to find its way onto the tape for either team. But Aurora has the ball after all that. Here's Davis. Aurora with a quick touch inside, back out. They try that again. Now 9 to shoot. It's Doby, who's doubled. Got it into the lane for Jenkins, and he was fouled. And that's number 6 on Marian. It should be number 1 on Jans. Oh, it's going to be on Bunkuski. That's going to be his second. It's Marian's last foul to give. Aurora has one more foul to give before putting Marian in the double bonus, so the Sabres already shooting free throws. Doby ripped a pass off of the referee, was on the baseline, and that pass had a lot of zip on it. And fortunately, the referee is okay. Marian back on offense. Here's Drone on the left wing. Tries to get to the rim. That might have been blocked. It went off the side of the backboard. Aurora in transition. McCautry got to the rim. Puts it in for 2. He has 9 to lead all players. 4:06 left in the first half. Aurora up by 7 for the first time tonight. 25-18. Hall back into the game, drives, lays it in. It's Hall, Orozco, Jans, Bunkuski, and Drone, the 5 right now for the Sabres. Aurora has not made a substitution. I'll have Davis, Butler, Jenkins, McCautry, who has the ball, and Doby. High post jumper for Jenkins, rattles and goes. The shot clock running down. Under 3.5 to play in the first, 27-20. McCullough is at the table. Here's Wilson as well. They're set to come in for Marian. Hall got inside, was falling and about to travel, and Jenkins fouled it. So that's number 9. And it will put Hall on the line. Where it's been a struggle at times. 14 of 25, 56% on the season for the Sabres guard. First free throw for Malik is good. Osborne returns and sends Jenkins off after he picked up his second foul. It looks like Bunkuski and Orozco are going to be the 2 that come off here for the Sabres. It's 27-21. Second free throw for Hall. Falls off the rim. And Osborne will have the rebound. McCottry with it. A pass up top for Osborne, and now to Davis on the right wing. Stops at the free throw line, puts up the jumper. No good. Osborne battles for the rebound, but Drone will beat him to it, and then he handed it right to Davis. Aurora with another steal. That's their 7th on 9 turnovers. And Marian has given up. McCottry here on the wing. The crossover right into a jump shot. Back iron, no good. And this time Wilson has the rebound and finds Hall coming back up the floor. They'll float a pass up top to Wilson. Driving, the jump stop, the kick to Hall for 3. He left that short. McCullough got in, got the rebound. Now Hall will try to take it right back to the rim, and he's going to get the basket and 1. No, he will not. They'll call that for a charge. And McCottry, who went down, I thought was on the receiving end of a tough luck block, but indeed does take the charge, and Aurora will have the ball with 2:20 to play in the first. 27-21, the Spartan lead. And a good job by McCottry to get set up before Hall could land his plant foot and go up for the floater. Here's Doby on the right wing. 9 to shoot. Gives it to Osborne with 5. It's going to need to be a long 3 in desperation. It did get the rim, but did not go in, and Wilson will get the rebound. Just a handful of possessions remain in this first half. McCullough drove it and swung a pass out to the wing that Wilson didn't catch clean. Then he wasn't able to get inside on Doby. McCullough gets it back, walks along the far sideline, and once again tries to attack the rim and got rejected by Doby. There will be 8 to shoot. Under 90 seconds to play in our first half. McCullough bounces the pass into Wilson, out to the left wing to Hall. There's 4 to shoot. Hall to McCullough for the right wing 3 as the shot clock expires, and it's good. And it's a 3-point game. Now Aurora hasn't scored in nearly 2.5 minutes. They still lead by 3. And just 2 lead changes. Aurora's had the last one. Here's Osborne. 1 minute remaining in the first half. Doby hands it off to McCottry on the wing. Now Osborne gets the handoff up top, nearly lost it. Gathers it back, feeds Doby. 5 to shoot. Osborne for 3. Short. Butler couldn't handle the rebound. He got it on his fingertip. 40 seconds now. McCullough here on the wing. And it looks like he's going to try to take a fair amount of remaining time off the clock here. Marian's been close on a number of occasions this year, on the losing end of several. And they'll hope to be tied going into the intermission here after Jans makes the 3 from the corner. And so the Spartans will have the last look. McCottry, the crossover, the drive, the kick. Davis for 3. No. Wilson gets the rebound. His 3-quarter court heave comes up short. And it'll be 27-27. Aurora and Marian tied through 20 minutes here at Lancaster Court. Totals coming up. This is Aurora University men's basketball. 27 all at halftime. Aurora and Marian here. Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference men's basketball. Sean Fry here with you. Happy Saturday. Temperatures are plummeting outside as we speak, and we're about to go into a week where we will have a hard time getting a great deal warmer than about 5 degrees out there, but we will all manage. We'll all bundle up. And in any case, here inside Thornton Gymnasium, the heat is working and we are playing basketball. But first, let's head up to Fond du Lac, where Aurora and Marian are squaring off in women's basketball. They're through a quarter, and they are tied at 17. Kiara Williams, 7 points to lead the Sabres in that one. Aurora, a balanced scoring effort, and Macy Kosin leads with 5 at this point. Coming up at 3 o'clock, women's hockey will be at St. Norbert, and AU's men's hockey team will host St. Norbert at 4 o'clock. Women's hockey wraps up its weekend series at St. Norbert tomorrow. And then in NAC play, nothing starts until 3. Edgewood's home to MSOE. The 4 o'clock hour, it'll be Rockford at Wisconsin Lutheran and Benedictine home to Dominican. At 6:15, Concordia, Wisconsin hosts Illinois Tech. And at 7, St. Norbert is on the road at Concordia, Chicago. St. Norbert, Wisconsin Lutheran currently 2.5 games clear for a share of the top spot in the NAC. They're both at 7-1. Aurora and Benedictine at 4-3 right behind them. And Edgewood and Concordia, Wisconsin at 5-4 as those teams have reached the midpoint of their conference slate. Scoring here in this one so far, Aurora 10 of 28 from the field. That's 36%. Marian was 9 of 22 for 41%. Aurora 3 of 14 from 3. Marian was 4 for 6. Spartans made all 4 of their free throw attempts. Marian was 5 for 9. Rebounds in the first half, 17 apiece. Aurora +1, 6-5 in the offensive rebounds category. And most of the specific statistical breakdowns are very close as well. Javon McCautry leads all players with 9 points. Michael Osborne and Noah Butler have 6 apiece. Jeffrey Homer is 4. Trey Jenkins a couple for Aurora. For Marian, it's 6 points leading the way. Marcel Drone and Malik Hall, 5 for Tavares McCullough. And for Gavin Jans, 3 for Eli Vogel and a couple for Sam Gingras. So 27 apiece at the intermission. Aurora will go right to left across your screen wearing gray. And Marian wearing black uniforms will go left to right here in this second half. We're glad you're with us on this Saturday, and we are anticipating an exciting finish in what has been another very competitive year in the NAC. Now, if you've been following NAC men's basketball for the last several years, you'll know that it's always a very crowded situation in the standings, and there are seldom any games where you look at the opponents playing and declare that one team doesn't have a chance. There are upsets as far as the standings are concerned all the time and have been for a while. And Marian, after a tough start, is trying to play their way back into conference tournament contention, and Tavares McCullough gets a great look at the rim on Marian's first possession. A stark contrast to how the game began with back-to-back turnovers. Aurora with its starting 5 on the floor. Holmes, Butler, Jervier, Osborne, and Davis. And a turnover here. McCullough wants 2 more and gets stuffed by Jervier. The loose ball comes to Butler. Now Aurora tries to roar the other way in transition, and this pass from the wing to the corner is tipped out of bounds. McCullough, Drone, Wilson, Vogel, and Jans, the 5 on the floor for the Sabres to begin the second half. It's Osborne, the left wing, to Jervier, near side. Not get a ton of minutes in that first half because of foul trouble. He'll get into the lane and get fouled by Wilson. That is Wilson's 3rd. And that's going to send Gingras back in for him. 29-27 here in the opening minute of the second half. Holmes right wing, driving, and gets the tough runner. These are his first points tonight. Aurora once again with full court pressure, and Marian is able to handle it this time. McCulloch picks up the long pass on the left wing. They'll feed it behind him to Vogel, who walks along the three-point line. And Marian resets with McCulloch, the top of the arc. He drives and missed. Marian, I think, wanted a goaltend that time. Then the ball gets tied up. Butler got Wilson a little bit high. And Wilson taking a moment to collect himself here. And now jumps up. "90 seconds into the first half. Osborne gets fouled here by Vogel. That's going to be Vogel's first. So the physicality has certainly taken a considerable step forward here in this second half so far. Osborne, the drive and the drop off. Davis for two. Davis, after missing his first 5 field goal attempts, able to get into the box score for the first time. And here's McCulloch up top for the Sabres. Man defense for Aurora. Vogel on the left wing. To Drone. Up top, Jans. Steps to the high post. Into the corner for Gingras. A long pass to the opposite corner. 3 to shoot. Marian has to get rid of this, and Jans does. Sees the 3 rim out. But Drone chased down the rebound. Found Vogel for 3. That didn't go. Then Davis battling for the rebound there. Drake Diener signaling, I think he thought there should have been a call. And none was forthcoming there. So Aurora up 31-29, 17-10 left in the first. Butler trying to get downhill here. He'll drop it off to Holmes. 10-footer, no good. Rebound bounced out to Vogel on a running start. 5 versus 5. He'll kick it to the corner for Jans. That's 55, and it's good. A lot of 5 on that possession. If you happen to have the roster at home and you're listening, or if you were just looking at the jersey numbers there, Sabres in front by a point. Butler, left wing, looks to get it inside for Jervier. And he'll be fouled on the pass attempt. That's Drone. Whistled for his first. Aurora gets the ball in. Here is Osborne. Jump shot from the free throw line, no good. Marian, the NAC tournament champion a couple of seasons ago in the NCAA tournament automatic qualifier. Drone got into the lane, cut off there, 6 to shoot, and he traveled. It's the right call. And Sabres still up by a point, 4 minutes into our second half. Butler here on the right wing, up top to Osborne. He'll feed Davis for 3 off a screen. No. Rebound is saved by Drone, but back out to Osborne. He'll get it right back inside Jervier. He lost the ball off of his leg. Now Steve Christensen going down to protest. Hall and Ford are going to come in here. Drone goes off. Looks like Vogel's going to head to the bench as well. Aurora has not made any changes at this point. Marian inbound. Sabres' largest lead was 29-27. That's when they made the first basket of this half. Near steal for Aurora, but Holmes made contact with the ball out of bounds. Inbound is for McCullough, and he'll bounce it behind him for Ford. Or not behind him, well ahead of him. In fact, right under the rim for the two-handed slam, and it's a full one-possession lead for Marian for the first time. Butler's on the right wing for Aurora. The drive and the left-handed finish. And once again, Marian's head coach protesting. He wanted to travel that time. Aurora, meanwhile, setting up full court pressure that Marian handles. Hall shovels a pass into the corner for McCullough. He'll attack the rim and got fouled. It's the first foul for Aurora in this second half. First foul on Isaiah Davis, and here's Hall back to the line. Split a couple of free throws earlier. 5 minutes into our second half. Sabres up by 1 and trying to extend it. Stand corrected, that's McCullough going to the line. He missed an and one earlier, but he'll convert here. McCautry will replace Davis here at this stoppage. And it'll be both going this time for McCullough, who now has 9 points to lead the Sabres and matches McCautry for the game high. Defensive struggle so far in this one. Holmes for three from the corner. No. Rebound for McCullough. Aurora just 3 of 16 from three. 10 of 19 from two. Continue to shoot the ball well inside the arc. But outside hasn't happened yet so far today. Hall bounces it to Ford. He'll go to work on Jervier and missed. But followed his shot, or rather that's Hall who came in rather. Followed his shot and was able to get the rebound and the second try. McCullough now into a three, and it's good. The shot clock for a moment had reset to 30. It should have been 20, so Marian actually got a few extra seconds, but it ended up not mattering, and they lead by 6. Now Holmes on the baseline to McCautry as the Sabres continue to be in a 2-3 zone. Butler on the wing. Here's Holmes in the corner. He'll drive the baseline. He's fouled from behind. Nearly made the and one jumper. It's going to be Gingras with the foul, and it will be his second. Team's fourth. 6-point Marian advantage. 13:50 left in the second. First attempt for Holmes is up, and it is good. Holmes has not gotten a ton of opportunities at the free throw line. He's now 3 of 8. He'll try to make it a full trip this time. It does not fall, and Marian will have the rebound. 39-34. McCullough the handoff to Jans on the right wing. This pass goes to Hall on the left side. He tries to back his way to the rim, tries the tough fall away, and it's good. 8 points for Hall. A tough basket there. The largest lead tonight for the Sabres, 41-34. Butler in the high post, travels. Steve Christensen wants timeout. 13:15 left, 41-34 Sabres. This is Aurora University men's basketball. 41-34, Marian leads Aurora. 13-15 left in the second half. A 7-1 run over the last 2 minutes. Marian throws it away. Aurora set up a little bit of pressure and just way too much under that pass. Aurora will get into its offense here once again against this Marian zone. McCottry here to Osborne on the right side. Butler gets a touch at the elbow. Pivots. And will be fouled. That's number 5. On Marian. Everyone waiting for me to say who had just fouled out. Number 5 on Marian. That was probably a less than ideal time to just pause. It was Ford who picked up his second foul. Osborne, the corner 3. Good. 9 for Michael. Aurora down 4. A lot of basketball left in this one, folks. And Marian only recently getting into the win column for the first time. They've got some work to do. Try to make it number 2. Ford got the ball in tight. McCottry fouled him immediately. It's going to be Javon's second. Butler will come off for Jenkins here. Inbound into the lane. Hall lost it. Comes down the floor. Jenkins wasn't quite able to get there as he jostled with Hall for position. Now Hall will take the inbound and they'll bring it over the timeline. Stops in the high post, swings it out. Gingras here looking into the post for Ford. He was able to beat the clock and get that one banked in. 43-37. Osborne's pass just barely got to McCottry, who then goes for the runner. It doesn't fall. Friendly fire on the rebound, and Hall will pick it up. Marian almost threw that away. They collide again. And then McCullough will bring it over the center line. Hall gets the handoff up top. Drives, spins, and gets the foul from Holmes. And Steve Christensen wondering why that was a foul. 11:32 left here in the second half. Marian sends Hall to the line, leading 43-37. Once again, the lead is 7. Drone in, Ford out here at this stoppage. Second free throw, good. 45-37. Aurora 38% from the field, 4 of 17 from 3. Marian 46% from the field, 6 of 10 from 3. Also, they've made 5 more free throws on 7 more attempts. McCottry the drive, the dish to the corner, Holmes, and now Osborne. Wing-to-wing pass to Jenkins with 6 on the shot clock, and Gingras fouled him. We'll get Aurora 15 more seconds to work with, in addition to the 5 they had left. And that's team foul number 6. Number 3 on Gingras. And with the ball inbounded, Aurora is in the bonus with the remaining 11 minutes. Jenkins into a 3 here, it rattles out. And here comes Hall. Jump ball. As Davis, who had checked in for Holmes, got the hand up. And a stopped ball that time, and Sabres will maintain possession. So remember that. It'll give Aurora the possession arrow here. Officials wanted to check with the table to make sure that the possession error was correct, and it was. So Marian maintains possession. Now Aurora has the arrow for future jump balls. McCullough here to Gingras on the right wing. He'll try to get to the rim. Jervier came back in for Aurora. Fall away for Hall. No. Jervier the rebound. Jervier, Osborne, Jenkins, Davis, McContry are going to be the 5. And actually, I stand corrected. I'm not sure Jervier ever came out of the game. He sets a screen. Osborne the drive and kick. And a charge called as McContry knocks down a 3 that won't count. That's Osborne's second, team's 4th. We're nearing the midpoint of the second half, 19 seconds from it. Marian will call a timeout. The Sabres leading 45-37. This is Aurora University men's basketball. Aurora has been held off the scoreboard for the last 2 minutes and 22 seconds. They trail Marian 45-37 with 10:19 remaining in our second half. Up in Fond du Lac, they are at halftime with Aurora leading Marian 34-27. And Macy Kosen leads the Spartans with 8 points. Kiara Williams, 11 points, 7 rebounds for the Sabres in that one. Women's hockey at St. Norbert getting underway at the top of the hour. Men's hockey is home to St. Norbert, Fox Valley Ice Arena for a 4 o'clock face-off. It's the rest of the Aurora University action. Aurora brings full court pressure. They have Jenkins, Osborne, McContry, Jervier, and Davis on the floor for the Sabres. That's Wilson, a bounce pass to McCullough underneath. Drone on the floor as well. Jans and Gingras, who was the intended recipient of that last pass, but it didn't get there. Aurora went the other way in transition, and a nifty move by Isaiah Davis to get to the rim for the layup. Quickly the other way after beating the press, Gingras missed the 3. The rebound bats a few times, and then McContry's fouled, and he'll go to the line. Team foul number 7. McContry made a couple of free throws earlier. He has 9 points. And misses the front end of the 1-and-1 here. So it remains 45-39. Aurora remains in the bonus. Past the midpoint, the second half. 9:33 left. 2 possessions is the game. Jans up top. Stops in the high post and swings it out. That's Vogel. Fresh into the game. Replacing Gingras. It gets inside for Drone. Moved to his right, missed. Wanted a foul. No call there. McContry will bring it the other way for Aurora. At the top of the arc. To the corner for Jenkins. And back out Davis up top. The hesitation and the drive, and 2 shots coming up. That's going to be on Drone, his first. Gingras has 4 fouls. He picked one up a moment ago. is why he went to the bench. Wilson is 3 and is on the floor. Holmes has 3 for Aurora. He's on the bench. Davis to the line for the 1-and-1. His first free throws tonight. First free throw will become free throws. 75% coming in for the freshman. Bunkuski replaces Drone here after the foul. Looks like McCullough's going to come off as well, as Ford has re-entered for Marian. 8:59 left, 45-40 Sabres. Second free throw, good. Now Marian off the scoreboard for 2.5 minutes. Aurora goes full. And they'll backpedal into their man defense. Vogel to Ford, and he tried to rip a pass in tight, and Aurora read it. Osborne brings it ahead to the right wing. Now gets a lane to the rim. Got blocked by Ford. There was a lot of contact there, but Ford did well to stay straight up. Aurora didn't get a shot clock reset either. Here's McCautry. He's at the free throw line. He'll try to get to the rim. Instead, he'll kick to Davis, who didn't find the rim on the 3. Now Wilson with it over the timeline for the Sabres. Bunkuski drove. That looked like he took quite a bit of contact there that didn't get called. Now McCautry driving, kicking, and it finds Osborne back up top. He's doubled. Got rid of it to Jervier, who managed to stay with the ball there. He screens for Osborne. 10 to shoot. McCautry stepped around a closeout and then right into a jumper from the elbow, no good. And a loose ball foul here on Aurora. That's on Davis. It's team foul number 5. 7:32 left here in the second half. Hall was out for a moment, but now will replace Jans. McCullough has 12, Hall has 10 for the Sabres. They're the only players in double digits tonight. Marian 41% from the field, Aurora 36. And it might be first to 60 tonight. Ford for Hall on the right wing. It's the top of the key. Finds Wilson for 3. It rimmed out. And they're going to get, I believe, Jenkins. That was McCautry for the loose ball foul. His 3rd. Marian gets a second chance. It's into Vogel. Marian hasn't scored in the last 4.5 minutes and still lead by 4. Aurora hasn't scored in the last 2 minutes. 9 to shoot, deep 3 here for Vogel, and it doesn't touch the rim. 48-41. And Vogel with 6 points tonight and a huge 3 right there. Aurora now looking for an answer. McCautry gets doubled. Just got rid of it to Davis, who then pulls up for a long mid-range jumper and missed. Jervier battled for the rebound and got it back for the Spartans. Jenkins now trying to drive. Lost it to Vogel. Pushed ahead to Wilson. And he'll be fouled by Jenkins. That will be his 3rd and Aurora's 7th team foul. Putting both teams in the bonus now. And Wilson needs a moment to collect himself, but will now be helped up to take the free throws here. 6:24 remaining. Both teams have 4 timeouts. Aurora just 5 of 15 from the field here since halftime, when they were not shooting it especially well in the first half to begin with. And yet still down only 3 possessions. Wilson's first free throw doesn't go. He'll be stuck on 0. Surprising line for the Sabres' second leading scorer coming in. 0 for 4 from the field. One miss from 3 and now one miss at the line. So here's his second attempt to finally get a point, and that one doesn't go either. An empty possession. Now can Aurora make that meaningful? McContry gets doubled. Butler back in, so is Holmes. Jenkins and Davis go to the bench. Butler goes right to the cup and will get right to the line as Ford gives his third foul. Butler at 70% at the line this season. He goes to the line for the first time. He's at 8 points, and he'll have a chance to join Osborne and McContry with 9. First free throw for Butler doesn't go. Nearly 3 minutes without a point for Aurora, 2:52 to be exact. Second free throw goes. Six-point game. Vogel. And now Wilson with it. He's on the far sideline. Dribbles into the post, pass back out to Hall, and Wilson again. Going baseline. Butler cut him off, and that pass was tipped out of bounds by Butler. 7 on the shot clock. Marian has managed to get a few shots late in the shot clock to fall. This one comes out to Vogel. He's wide open for 3. That one does not fall. The rebound got batted to Hall. He missed, and now Holmes is down and in some distress, and they're going to call a technical foul on the Marian bench. And it would appear that the official did not appreciate something that came from the Marian bench, and Aurora is going to get a couple of free throws out of it. So Osborne's going to go and take them, and Holmes is going to walk off here. Davis will replace him. 48-42, Osborne at 75%. That is among Aurora's best free throw shooters, and misses the first one here. Second free throw went, but it won't count, as they had hit the substitution horn. The second one counts this time, and it goes. There was a little bit of confusion at the Marian bench. I'm not sure that they saw that the free throw attempt was waved off because of the substitution. It's 48-43. There's 5:35 left. Aurora with possession after the technical. 10 to shoot here. Butler on the left wing, up top to McContry. He'll attack the zone, and the floater goes, and one. Aurora within a possession and a chance to cut into it some more. That's Ford's fourth. Aurora's going to shoot 2 for the remainder of the ball game after the 10th Marian team foul. And now McContry, with a team-leading 11 points, can match the game high of 12 if he can convert here, but he does not. And he will get another chance because of the lane violation. And there was no one on the lane for Marian, and they committed a lane violation anyway. So now Aurora will line up on the lane, and McCautry will try the free throw again and makes it. It's 48-46. We've got 5:08 left. And a timeout from Marian here. We've got a good one here on Lancaster Court. This is Aurora University men's basketball. .508 left. 48-46, Marian leading. Sabres off the board the last minute, 50. Aurora's peeled off the last 5 to get within a possession. Hall is fouled right at the timeline, and he'll get the 1-and-1. That is Osborne's third foul. Hall with 10 points, 3 of 4 at the line, and a chance to make this a full one-possession game, and perhaps a little more after that. McCullough replaced Vogel during the timeout. Now Bunkuski goes to the bench, and Wilson has re-entered for the Sabres. First free throw is good, and now Hall will try to make it a two-possession game. 5:01 remaining. It took game number 13 for the Sabres to get number 1 in the win column, and now they'll try to get number 2 right after. And they lead by 4 after Hall makes both free throws. Osborne in front of the scorer's table, walks over the volleyball line and hands it off to McCautry. Osborne here up top, he'll hand it off to Javon again on the left wing. Aurora just running through motion here. Now Butler drives and will get to the line for 2. McCautry 12 points, Osborne 10. Butler perhaps the next to join them at 10 points or better. Butler split a couple of free throws earlier. You'll see the first one fall here. Gingras with 4 fouls replaces Wilson, who just picked up 4 fouls himself. And so the foul trouble is mounting for the Sabres. Butler is going to get them both this time. Once again, it's a 2-point game. There's 4:38 left. A lot of timeouts remaining as well. So both teams can feel the freedom to try to stop any runs before they really get going. Here's a turnover in the lane underneath the Spartan basket. Aurora has not led since just after the last 2 minutes, or the first 2 minutes of this half, and Butler has just tied it. He takes it right to the rack. He has 13. We are square at 50. 4 minutes to go. Aurora down as many as 8. Hall is here on the left wing. A man defense for Aurora. McCullough They'll swing it over to Gingras on the right wing. 7 to shoot. It's into Ford in the block. He's doubled. Hard pass to the corner for Hall. Missed the 3, and then Ford in tight. With the follow, it spun off the rim. And a late whistle for a foul. We'll put him on the stripe for 2. That's McCautry's 4th. And the 9th Aurora team foul. So it'll be 2 shots on fouls the rest of the way. Ford to the line. 3 of 7 at the stripe coming in to this contest. He'll make the first here to inch Marian ahead. Up in Fond du Lac, Aurora leads Marian 47-33, getting into the midpoint of the 3rd quarter in women's basketball. Both free throws good for Ford this time. And he has 6 points. It's 52-50, 3:30 left. Osborne, McCautry. McCautry right wing. To Osborne, 3 in the lead, yes! 53-52. And at long last, Aurora is back in front. A lot of clock ran off there while Hall went and got the ball. And before the 5-second clock could expire, Drake Diener called timeout. 3:01 left, 53-52. Spartans up. This is Aurora University men's basketball. A game that has not been separated by more than 3 possessions or all 37 minutes so far is currently separated by just a point. 53-52 Aurora, 3:01 left. Jans, Hall, McCullough, Gingras, and Ford are the 5 for the Sabres as they get the ball in and bring it ahead. McCullough has the ball in his hands. Ford screens for him. McCullough stops in the high post and backs it out. Aurora has Jervier, Osborne, Davis, Butler, and McCautry on the floor. 10 to shoot. Here's McCullough, top of the key. Feeds Hall, and he lost the ball, but it went out of bounds with just 1 second on the shot clock. And that's going to force Drake Diener to call a timeout here. He has just 1 left after this. He needs to make sure if his team can catch and shoot here. So they'll draw up a play with 2:32 left. And again, Marian down 53-52. This is Aurora University men's basketball. .232 remaining. .53-52 is the Aurora lead. There is now 2 seconds on the shot clock. And so that will allow Marian, no doubt, to catch and shoot. Not only that, but they did have an opportunity to discuss. Very important possession. They run an alley-oop play. Marian did get a look off, but it fell short, and Jans couldn't get it back up and over before the clock expired. So that falls, but it's waved off, and Aurora hangs on to the lead. Aurora was certainly appearing to expect that play and not executed well enough to beat the expectation. Marian stays in a 2-3 zone. It's a one-point game. They can afford to let this be a long possession still. McCautry for three, no. Javier gets the rebound. 20 more to work with now for Aurora, and 2 minutes remaining. Osborne on the far sideline, a quick give and go with Butler. Wants the three, no, the rebound tipped, and it's Jans. It was a little early in the shot clock, and now Marian will try again to retake the lead. Hall works his way up top, finds Gingras on the right wing. Back up top, floated it in the corner for McCullough. 12 on the shot clock. He'll get into the lane, tried an up and under, not there. For Gingras for three in the lead, doesn't find the rim, and Osborne gathers it. There's a minute 21 left. Aurora still in front by 1. And as Osborne clears the timeline, Steve Christensen calls timeout. Aurora by 1. And 77 seconds remaining. This is Aurora University men's basketball. Marian has missed 11 of its last 12 field goal attempts. They don't have a field goal for nearly the last 5 minutes and have been scoreless outright for the last 2:18. However, Aurora hasn't scored for nearly 2 minutes themselves, and with $1:17 remaining, we remain at 53-52 Aurora. Spartans have the ball. McCautry, Butler, Jervier, Osborne, Davis on the floor for Aurora. For the Sabres, Drone, Hall, Wilson, McCullough, and Jans. McCautry gets it into Butler in front of the timeline. He'll walk across the logo. Butler in a one-on-one on the wing. Tries to get to the cup. Gets the floater. Final minute. And Aurora up by 3. Sabres have 1 timeout remaining. They're in the double bonus. Spartans have the arrow. Hall wants to tie it, and he rattles it in. And he has 15. 55 all. 40 seconds left. Timeout Aurora. 1 of their 3 remaining. This is Aurora University men's basketball. And a thriller on Lancaster Court here on this chilly Saturday. 40.6 seconds remaining. Aurora and Marian tied at 55. 23 on the shot clock for the Spartans. Both teams are in the double bonus. Aurora has the possession arrow. Sabres have one timeout remaining. Aurora has two. Can the Spartans come up with one more field goal? And if so, will it hold up as the winner? Osborne with it. Marian stays in a 2-3 zone. Give and go with McCautry. Once again to Javon on the left wing and Michael again on the right wing. 8 to shoot. Butler comes up top. 5 on the shot clock. Here's Osborne for 3 in the lead. Didn't draw the iron, and Aurora will absorb a shot clock violation. And it'll be Sabres ball with 16.6 ticks left. McCullough had come off for defensive purposes. He comes back in now. And you wonder if Marian will call a timeout. Well, wonder no more. They won't. Aurora's going to take one. And Marian will have a chance to walk it off on this final possession coming up in a tie ball game, 55-55. Shot clock will be off here, 16.6 seconds remaining. It was a shot clock violation, and so the Sabres will be inbounding it from the defensive end of the floor. And after, again, starting 0-12 and finally getting their first win last Saturday, they have a chance to make it back-to-back wins. But it's contingent on a shot falling. Free throw or otherwise would be the minimum. Sabres get it in, and now it's going to be Hall over the timeline with 10. Guarded by Osborne here. Hall drives, the jump stop, the kick. Here's Jans, 4 seconds, 3, no good. Rebound, Gervier turned it over, and it rims out at the buzzer. It would not have counted. The official was waving it off. Gervier had the rebound, and for a moment, it looked like Marian might be able to splash one at the buzzer for the win. It did not go, and we'll play an additional 5 minutes. Overtime coming up. Aurora and Marian at 55 all. This is Aurora University men's basketball. .55 all. Aurora 38% from the field. Marian 36%. Sabres 8 of 17 from 3. Aurora just 5 of 23. Sabres 13 of 19 at the free throw line. Aurora 12 of 16. Noah Butler leads the Spartans with 15 points. Michael Osborne is 13. 12 for Javon McCautry. For the Sabres, it's Malik Hall with 15. 12 for Tavares McCullough. Those are the only players north of 10 points tonight. Rebounds more or less even, 33-32. Turnovers 18 for Marian, 15 for the Spartans. Both teams will be in the double bonus for overtime. The possession arrow will be determined here as it's Drone and Butler in for the tip. Aurora's going to have it. Sabres will get the arrow. Spartans start with McCottry, Gervier, Davis, Butler, and Osborne. McCottry has 4 fouls. He's handling the ball. Opening possession of overtime. McCottry the drive and kick. Davis for 3, rims out. Rebound was tipped to Gervier. Now Osborne, a long 3, no. Rebound tips several times again, and McCullough has it. McCullough, Jans, Gingras, Hall, and Drone will be the 5 here. Gingras has 4 fouls. Ford and Wilson on the bench here to begin with 4 fouls as well. So Marian's first possession on Aurora's man defense. McCullough got underneath, left it for Drone, waited out a closeout, and then an easy layup at the rim. 8 points, 6 rebounds for the junior. Sabres strike first in overtime. 3:52 left. Osborne is here on the right wing. To McCottry on the left wing. They'll feed it to Butler. He's on the baseline, bounced back out to Javon on the wing. And now into the post, Gervier tries the fall away. It's blocked. It came to Davis, who banked in the 3, but it did not count because of the shot clock violation. .334 left. Overtime here. McCullough is on the wing. Second time Aurora playing overtime this season. They lost in double overtime to Monmouth. Sabres playing it for the first time this year. 4 to shoot. McCullough has to get off a 3, and he drains it. 60-55. Each team with 2 timeouts. They carried over 1 from regulation. Aurora needs a bucket. Davis up top. Osborne tried to force a pass into the post that Drone got a piece of. But Aurora will maintain possession. And a foul called here. Is it a technical? They just called a technical foul on Drone. And that is less than an ideal time to be assessed a technical foul. It's going to put Davis on the line. He'll make the first free throw. And Aurora is going to have the ball. Davis is going to make both. Not especially clear what happened there, but it was enough for Marian to receive a technical for the second time in this game. The first was on the bench. Second one just a moment ago. The shot clock is at 10 as the possession will remain where we are. And now Aurora down 60-57. It's into McCottry. Quick give and go with Osborne. Javon walks it out up top with 5 to shoot. Gets a screen from Butler. His pass is tipped into the seats. Aurora will have 2 seconds to get a shot off. 2:35 left in overtime. Spartans down 3. This is a tough spot to have to inbound it. McCottry in for Osborne. Deep 3, no, but a long rebound that Davis gets. Aurora gets 20 more. Here's Butler at the line. Out to Osborne. And he'll hold on to it there. A little give and go with McCottry, and now Javon has it on the wing. He's stripped. Hall got it. Falling down, he throws it ahead, and McCullough lays it in. 62-57, 2:09 left. McCottry splits a double team, got to the rim, laid it in. 3-point game, 2 minutes left in the bonus session. Tavares McCullough and Malik Hall, 15 points apiece for Marian. McCullough now 17, my apologies. Butler is 15, McCottry is 14. Here's the drive by McCullough, didn't go. Aurora the rebound the other way in transition. Butler to the rim, he's fouled. That's on Drone, that's his third. 1:35 remaining. And Marian's going to take a timeout here. Butler to the line for two. Spartans down 3 with 1:35 left in overtime. This is Aurora University men's basketball. Women's basketball in Fond du Lac. Aurora leads Marian 61-52. Elliot Duyu-Trek has 13 points to lead Aurora. Kiara Williams has 19 points, 12 boards for the Sabres in that one. Just getting underway at the Edge Dome. Edgewood and MSOE. Edgewood up early, 17-8 nearing the midpoint of the first half. Wisconsin Lutheran home to Rockford. That's next up at 4 o'clock. Dominicans at Benedictine at 4:15. Illinois Tech on the road at Concordia, Wisconsin tonight at 6:15. The final game tonight around the NAC has Concordia, Chicago, home to St. Norbert at 7 o'clock. 62-59, Marian in front. 1:35 left in overtime. Noah Butler, 2 free throws coming up. After the Sabres timeout, they'll have 1 timeout left. Aurora has 2. Josh Holmes is into the game for Aurora. Osborne and Davis and Jervier join Butler, who was at the stripe. For Marian, it's McCullough, Hall, Jans, Wilson, and Drone on the floor. First free throw for Butler tumbles off the rim. So the best Aurora can do is make it a 2-point game. Butler will try to do that here. That doesn't go either. So the Sabres get an empty possession and are in certainly no hurry with a full 1-possession lead. McCullough up top, guarded by Holmes, leaves it to Wilson behind him. There's 8 on the shot clock. Wilson will bounce it to Drone in the corner. 4 to shoot, he gets into the lane, goes back to his right and made it. Good defense by Jervier. Better offense by Drone. We've got a minute left. Sabres by 5. Osborne to Jervier, wide open for 3. No. Marian the rebound. Doesn't appear that Aurora is going to try to foul just yet. McCullough got it to Wilson. And the possession continues. Hall here. Aurora looking to get one more stop, and they'll need a lot to happen. Hall here with 8. Driving, lost the ball. Got rid of it to Wilson, 2 to shoot. The runner is banked in, and that is going to do it. Final 15 seconds, Sabres by 7. Osborne off the window and in. 12.5 seconds left, timeout Aurora. They'll discuss. It's going to need to be turnovers. Turnovers and baskets, and in rapid succession. We'll see if Aurora can do it. Down 5 here with 12.5 seconds left in overtime. This is Aurora University men's basketball. Both teams one timeout remaining. Aurora trails Marian 66-61 with 12.5 seconds remaining. Would seem that Marian needs only to not turn the ball over on the inbound. If they can avoid doing that, it's going to be exceedingly difficult for Aurora certainly to win. That would not seem to really be in the question at this point, at least not in the first overtime. But exceedingly difficult even for Aurora to force a second overtime. It is into McCullough. He is fouled. 10.8 left. It is 2 shots. McCullough with a game-high 17 points to the line. Malik Hall 15. Marcel Drone is 10. 8 for Gavin Jans. 6 for Eli Vogel and for Darren Ford Jr. 2 for Jean-Luc Wilson and Sam Gingras today for the Sabres. McCullough to the line to make it a full 2-possession game. He's 2 for 3 at the line tonight, and he'll miss the first free throw. Noah Butler and Michael Osborne, 15 points apiece. Javon McContry is 14, 8 for Isaiah Davis, 4 for Jeffrey Hilmer, 2 for Trey Jenkins, 3 for Josh Holmes. No points, but 11 rebounds for Dwayne Jervier Jr. Make it 12. It's an empty trip, and Aurora turns it over in their own backcourt. And Wilson will go to the line with a second chance to put this one away. 17th Aurora turnover. Marian has 18. Spartans 37% from the field. 5 of 27 at the three-point line, 14 of 20 at the line. Marian does not want to put this away. They miss another free throw. Wilson's now 0 of 3 at the free throw line. He makes this one, and for the moment, Aurora still has some life. Osborne, a 30-footer, no good. Rebound Marian, that'll do it. Back-to-back wins for Marian. They knock off Aurora 67-61. Sabres now 2-12 on the season and 2-6 in the NAC. Aurora falls to 7-8 and an even 4-4 in NAC play. Big thanks to Ethan Carmine for his help on the camera tonight. For the entire AU communications and facilities teams here, my name is Sean Fry. We'll see you next time. Aurora back in action on Wednesday night. They'll host Wisconsin Lutheran at 7 o'clock, and we'll see you there for more Aurora University men's basketball here at athletics.aurora.edu.